I traded in the black sweater for a nice short sleeves tonight. Jesus. That was just a joke to lighten up the mood because this is about to get very serious. For the past probably week now, something's been plaguing my mind. As probably a lot of you have been thinking about nonstop, Black Lives Matter. It's a huge topic, and I was gonna upload a different video, but I put that on the back burner because I wanted to film and edit this and put it out before that one. It's about my computer and how I built it, and just kind of the story and whatever. But I thought that was obviously less important than this. This is really hard because I don't know exactly what to say, and nothing I say is ever going to make any of this better. First of all, I want to say what happened to George Floyd was terrible. May he rest in peace. And, the cop hopefully gets what he deserves as far as jail time. And there are rotten cops in the street now. Like, that's happening. What I hate to see is vilifying the cops that are good and who actually serve to protect the people who are in trouble or, whatever. Because, I feel like I don't even need to explain this. Being a cop is an insanely hard job. Like, no amount of money in the world is enough to put your life on the line every single day. And to the good cops out there who are laying their life on the line every single day, going out there and not knowing if you're going to return to your families, I want to say thank you. Like, genuinely thank you. Because you don't get enough recognition, quite honestly. And all this isn't like, it's not fair. And it sucks. But I know there are good people out there doing their job every day, working hard to protect the people around them. Once all this hit and once everything started to become a lot louder, people started to protest and riot, I started to think to myself, what could I do in order to play a part in all this? I thought, should I go to a protest? I decided against it because a lot of the media was kind of painting it to be either all peaceful or all riots. And a lot of them have turned violent, whether that's on the side of the cops or if it's on the side of the protesters. I thought it was probably better that I don't put myself in harm's way. You could think what you want of that, but I thought the way I can contribute is to educate myself a little bit more. And the way I educated myself was a couple of things. I went on Main Media, which is like the news. Everybody can watch the news. I think a lot of people watch the news for stuff like this because there's such a level of legitimacy that the news still has that I wish didn't, because they're still so biased. They're still able to twist whatever story they want into whatever fits their political agenda. And I just hate that about the media right now. So they're basically going to persuade you to think a certain way. And that's one of the big things that I don't want to happen. I think now more than ever, we need an open dialogue. And I think we need that right now more than ever. You need a dialogue with people you don't agree with, because newsflash, the way you think is not always correct. And the people you don't like are the people you have to talk to the most because they live here. They have an idea, and although 99 of those ideas could be wrong, one could be right that will save or be the driving factor to change the world or change society or whatever. And I caught myself in this. I caught myself thinking, what ideas are the most correct? Is it Is it over here the people who are disenchanted, who feel this way? Or is it the people over here with the numbers, statistics? Who is it? Because these two people are arguing over who's right. And it just feels like you have to take a side. And I just don't think that's the way. I listened to a couple of podcasts like Impulsive, Group Chat. Impulsive is in no way a news podcast. Group Chat is a little bit more of a news podcast, but I found myself disagreeing with them on a certain point, which is the riots. I think rioting is wrong because it's a criminal act and it hurts people. It's hurt more people than necessary. And I think most people would agree with me that it's wrong, but not all people. And those people I would love to have a conversation with in the comments, whatever. I'll address it in the next video. But I think it's wrong. And I don't think it's how you get your point across. It just makes everything messier. Now, do I know it all? Of course not. No. But we just got to talk. We got to talk it out. Because just like you feel a certain way, I wouldn't know unless you told me. But then you got to accept the numbers. You have to accept some statistics about the world. And look, maybe you're right in some aspects and maybe he's right or she's right in some aspects. But we have to be able to accept the fact that we need to talk on a level playing field. Like, look, I'm going to try to understand you the best and you're going to try to understand me the best. And we're going to find common ground and see where we can change things. I've never had such a serious video, but it actually distracted me for a week straight. Maybe distraction isn't the right word, but it was just in my head. Every day, every hour, every minute, I had the hard conversations with my parents. I tried to figure out how the world was working, because a lot of people were telling me it worked a certain way and a lot of other people were telling me it worked a certain other way. And I tried to look at both sides, because the last thing I want is to be a mouthpiece for any sort of ideology. And what I mean by that is just wholeheartedly agreeing with one form of idea and running with it, because then you don't have a conversation. You have a set of ideas that you'll work at nothing but to lay out. And even if they're wrong, sorry, the camera died, but you get my point. At the end of the day, we have to listen to each other. And that means everybody. That means we have to listen to cops. We have to listen to civilians. We got to listen to people. I don't know. I hate this division. And I can make a whole nother video of what I think is why there's such a disconnect with people and facts, we could say. I truly, to make it short, and like I said, I can make a whole new video on this. I think it's the media dividing the people, because you'll hear this person did this crime and this cop beat up this person and over here on this news channel, well, that's not right. This is the way the actual story went. There's such a division and there's so much bias in these news channels to fit the agenda they want. And we don't get all the facts. And am I saying all the facts are important? Yes, they're important to a degree. It's also important how you feel. It's also important how a community feels. All of that is important. You have to be willing to be wrong in some things. That's the only way you'll have an open dialogue with anybody. You have to be willing to be wrong, and you have to be willing to give up some ideas that you hold to be true. Educate yourself. I'm not all the way educated. I'm never going to claim that I'm all the way educated on anything. Things are changing every day. And if you're wrong about something, it's okay. You could be wrong about something. Be safe. Be safe out there. Talk to your parents. And if they have some sort of idea that's wrong, talk it out. Be willing to be wrong on some things, because they might have some points. I don't know. I don't know how everybody thinks, obviously, but you might be wrong. They might be wrong. Whatever. Have a conversation with somebody. feel like a little bit of weight off my chest. I feel like my mind is a little bit like, was a little clogged. And I might get a lot of shit for this video. I might not. I'm not a political channel. I'm just voicing my opinion. I hope you get something from this. And I hope you're safe. I hope you're well. And I'll see you guys hopefully next Sunday.